And we're live on Let's Talk. This is Let's Talk, the SQPN community podcast. Hi, I'm Dom Bettinelli. Hoping that I'll be joined by Steve Nelson today. He's hopefully coming very soon. And until then, I want to welcome you here to our show and remind you that Let's Talk is a special podcast from the SQPN community, where we are all gathered together around the virtual water cooler on a regular basis to provide a little light, a little levity, talk about ways we're spending our times at home today, and most of all, we want to stay connected with you, our community, and engage in some conversation. Right now, it's just me. Hopefully, like I said, we'll be joined by Steve Nelson at some point very soon. But until then, I'd love to talk with you, chat with our community, and provide some interesting ideas for spending Holy Week and some things that are coming up on SQPN. If you are interested in Let's Talk, we are available weekdays at on Facebook Live each weekday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. Then we'll be posting this in the Let's Talk audio feed and then on the SQPN YouTube channel as a video. So let's talk about what's coming up on SQPN this week. We've mentioned before that we've got our usual shows. So we've got today at noon Eastern, we'll be releasing Raising the Bets. That's the show that I do with my wife, Melanie. It's about our family, raising our kids, and some ideas of things that we do as a family. And we talk a lot about cooking because we love to cook. We are a cooking family. And we are also, with this week, we talked about having a palmless Sunday. Although if you look up above me, you got to do the reverse, you can see our dry palms, our dry sad palms from last year. That was what we had. I want to say hi to Lindsay, who's joining us from Australia. Hi, Lindsay. Welcome to the staying up late again, which I'm a night owl too, so I'm up late as well usually. He's in our chat room on Facebook saying hi. And so we've got Raising the Bets. That's out today and at noon, like I said, noon Eastern. And there'll be some fun. There's some good stuff in there. We have some good reflections. One of the things we talk about is recognizing how much our priests miss us. That, it's kind of lonely, I bet, there at a lot of parishes, all of the things that normally go on in your parish church on a regular basis, especially during Holy Week. The youth group meetings, the faith formation, getting together with the other pastoral ministers, all those things that happen on a regular basis have all come to a halt. And we got a letter from our pastor who basically said, as your father in faith, we, the priests, miss you, our children, and it's sad. We miss them too. So give a thought to your priest. So that's one of the things that Melly and I talk about this week, as well as a great homily that we heard from the Notre Dame Basilica last Sunday. We watched the mass from University of Notre Dame, and the Father Jenkins said, what was it? He said, "We are all living in a Good Friday." But Easter Sunday is coming. Easter Sunday always follows Good Friday, and we have hope. I want to say hi to Rhonda and Mike, both also in the chat room. Welcome. Good to have you here joining us. So what else is coming up this week? We have Doctor Who, as usual. We've got a episode that comes out on Wednesday on the Secrets of Doctor Who, where Jimmy and Father Corey and I talk about a Doctor Who special from the late 80s. I forget exactly when it is, mid 80s, but featuring the sixth Doctor and the second Doctor together at the same time, Patrick Troughton, and it was a lot of fun. That's a good one, actually. It's a lot of fun, so check that out. And then on Friday, we have Jimmy Akin's Mysterious World. This week, I'm not sure if Jimmy planned it this way, but this week's episode is on the topic of reincarnation. What is it? What do Catholics believe about it? What is the reason take on it? Is there any science or truth behind it? And that's actually such a big topic. We're going to do it in two parts. So there'll be an episode that comes out Friday, and the second episode we won't make you wait a whole week. That'll be out on Easter Monday. So it's really good. A lot of good stuff. The reason I say I wonder if it's a coincidence, given resurrection, Easter Sunday, and reincarnation. I don't know if he planned it that way. Perhaps. So that's what's coming up this week. There's also, as we've got an episode coming up on Saturday, Holy Saturday, of Catholics of Oz, titled "We're All in This Together," which is true. We are in it together. And then later this month, what do we get? We get some interesting things. We've got The Secrets of Movies and TV Shows has a couple of good episodes. We've got Secrets of the Expanse Season 4. So we've done the Secrets of the Expanse previously. A couple years ago, we did Secrets of the Expanse Seasons 1 to 3. And now that the Expanse has moved from Sci-Fi Channel to Amazon Prime, Steve Nelson and Father Michael Gossett and I talk about how is it? Is it better? Is it worse? What do we think of Season 4 now that it's completed? How does it compare to the books? So we give our take on that, and then some of the the themes of this season itself, what they have to say and what they explore. There's some interesting moral and philosophical questions that get raised in that season. So this is a good one. And then later this month, an episode of The Secrets of Movies and TV that was recorded before all of the lockdown stuff happened, but Secrets of the Quiet Place. Now, Quiet Place 2 was supposed to be coming out around now, so who knows when that's going to happen. But the Quiet Place, the first one from last year, we discussed that, and wow, that is. I don't really like horror movies, but this wasn't really a horror movie. Kind of more sci-fi alien movie. I don't want to spoil too much of it. If you haven't watched it, of course you should watch it. But Secrets of the Quiet Place, that's coming out later this month as well, and that was a really good discussion we had because I really enjoyed that. It's a great movie about family, really. That's I mean, aliens, yes, or whatever the cryptids, the crypto creatures are in it, but it was a lot of fun. So good morning to both Rhonda and Bob in the chat room. Good to see you all. Welcome once again. So one of the other things I wanted to talk about today was more ideas for celebrating Holy Week. Now, I'm in the Archdiocese of Boston, and the Office of what do they call themselves? The Office for the New Evangelization, I think that's what they're calling themselves, is sending out resources for families to use. And one of the things they have, they've been calling it virtual evangelization. They have a daily newsletter that they've been sending out. And I'll put a link in the show notes, and you can check that out. But one of the things that they do, and in fact, I'll put a link in the chat room as well, so that folks there can check it out too. And I'm just posting it there. And they have a lot of great resources for families, for prayer, for study, study specifically during things that are specific to this week or in this month, stuff for kids, stuff for adults. They have also, let's see, on giving or almsgiving and various ways you can almsgive, not just money, but encouragement, writing letters, especially to our priests, especially to our senior and retired priests. We have a retirement home for priests here in the Archdiocese of Boston called Regina Clary, where many of them live, when they can't live on their own. We take care of them there. And wow, I bet they would love to get notes and cards from families at this time, especially like Easter cards. I bet they would love to get those. So and then a lot of great resources there. So check it out and see what your diocese has. If your diocese is doing things, I know that the Diocese of Phoenix has been doing something interesting as well. So yeah, so I'd love to hear what other people's parishes and dioceses are doing right now in order to encourage people and give them ways to spend this Holy Week. That would be really great. And then I have my T-shirt of the day that I want to share with you. I have today's T-shirt is a Tolkien-inspired shirt, and I'll stand up for those of you on the live stream. And it says, "Not all those who wander are lost," and that is a great quote. Gandalf, right? I think that's Gandalf. But not all those who are wandering are actually lost, and I think that also applies to so many things in life. All right, and then one of the things that I mentioned, the resources for Holy Week from the Archdiocese of Boston. One resource that you may want to check out for Holy Week and beyond is Magnificat. They're the ones who make those great little booklets that are they're sort of a distillation of the office, the Divine Office, Liturgy of the Hours. It's sort of a simplified version of that for lay people, along with meditations that are written specifically for them and the mass readings and that sort of stuff. So that's usually a subscription, a book that you could buy. They also have an app for iOS and Android. Well, they've made it available, the online versions available for free during this period of time that you can go to, and I'll put a link in the show notes and in the chat room. But it's us.magnificat.net/free, and they have like a PDF you can download of the upcoming Sunday Liturgy of the Word, which of course for this week is Easter Sunday Liturgy. Then you can also download the apps for your phone for free, both US and then the UK Ireland edition. They have versions that are online on the screen for your computer, so that you have you can watch if you don't want to put it on your phone. It's for devices other than phones or iPads. And they also make the Magnifikid online edition available for free too. And this is really great. We've subscribed to this for years. And what it does is it presents the text of the Mass for each week, each holy day, for kids with the scripture, the readings, the prayers, the whole order of the Mass. With at certain parts, they have explanations at the bottom of the page for concepts that the kids may not be aware of, and then there's other activities and things to do, like little puzzles, and they have a cartoon that they do every week, and that sort of stuff that makes it really suitable for kids to look at outside of Mass even. In fact, it's funny, when we first started getting this at one of my previous parishes years ago, we started putting them out, and we found that some of the adults were taking them. Adults without kids were taking them because they preferred the format of this, and they liked the explanations, better than the missalette. So check it out; it's really good. So lots of great stuff from Magnificat that they're making available for free to folks. So that's it. I think that that about does it. We're really grateful for you for joining us each day here on Let's Talk Live, and I'm really happy to have you here in our chat room and in the various other ways that we can connect with you, whether you're listening to the podcast or you're watching later on YouTube or on Facebook. One thing I want to make sure I do is I want to take a moment to thank our patrons who make it possible for us to create Let's Talk. And their generous donations at sqpn.com/give make it possible for us to continue Let's Talk and all the shows at StarQuest. You can join them by visiting sqpn.com/give. So that's it from us. We'd love to hear from you, whether in our Facebook comments or on SQPN. You can visit sqpn.com or the StarQuest Facebook page at facebook.com/StarQuestMedia. Or you can send an email to letstalk@sqpn.com. You'll find links to the various things I mentioned here on our website at sqpn.com/letstalk. Until next time, I'm Dom Bettinelli. Thank you for listening to Let's Talk on StarQuest.